Hello friends, welcome back to This is the Police. Day number 105 after day number 104 took about maybe 45 seconds to go through. Police officer took bribe to suppress protest. Enterprising cop responsible for dispersal of business protest. Man in open field frightened to death by scarecrow. Well, now that we've gotten rid of Simpson and Kang, no one's asking for the day off. We've clearly put the fear of God into them. I think I've picked this song too many times. Oh well. Right, criminal case, prosecutor's office. Jeremy Kingston is under investigation and cannot continue to serve the department. That is fine. Your friend sent you a share from the sale of heroin. We'll take 5,253 for ourselves. We'll request everything we can from City Hall. We have a lot of slots and not much to do with them. Armed robbery, Bank of Freeburg. A gang of masked men armed with automatic weapons entered the bank. They fired a few shots into the air and demanded the manager open the vault, while everyone else lay in nervous silence on the floor. One of the guards drew his service weapon, but he didn't have a chance. A robber shot him right in the stomach. We're going to send our best, and a few of our worst. Armed robbery, city centre. Jesus. Heavily armed gunmen attacked an armoured truck. Several witnesses heard an explosion and saw robbers carrying machine guns. Well, Team Dolph Ziggler, get out there. Perennial mid-carders. Song through Guy. Can't have backup, I'm sorry. You just need to do well, okay? And you have. We found an automatic weapon. I'm gonna sell that on. They're gonna ask for backup as well. Assault at the Ice Prince Cafe. The armoured truck is lying on its side, smoke rising from it. Nearby is a black jeep with no plates, which two robbers are loading with money. Ram the jeep through a patrol car. Send a bullet through the jeep's front wheel. Drop your weapons, you're surrounded. Drop your weapons, you're surrounded. The robbers fire as they retreat down an alley and throw a grenade towards the cops. Chase the robbers, fall to the ground, hide behind a patrol car. Chase the robbers. It turned out to be a smoke grenade. Meanwhile, the criminals have jumped out onto the road, jacked an old pickup truck, and they're trying to get away. Open fire on them, return to the patrol car and chase the pickup. Stop! Open fire on them. No more fucking around. We found money, which we're going to launder. Wait for everyone to get back. Jose Sugg called the station and muttered the sad story through streaming tears. I was just trying to get to know a pretty girl. I gave her the coolest compliment in the world. But she just went crazy and beat me so bad she mangled me and ruined my perfect face. Wow, that's a dream team moment if ever we had one. If only Pongdana were here. He would teach Jose Sugg how to charm a way into a woman's pants. About 24 scientists who recently lost their jobs decided to stage a protest march in the city centre. The participants marched peacefully along the side of the road, but then some religious fanatics came out and started throwing stones at them, tearing their clothes and generally humiliating them. A massive brawl has broken out, and several people are already injured. Let's just get everyone on this. Leaving Taylor and McStone back in the precinct like, guys, Guys, we don't even know how to work the coffee machine. Assault, Atticus Tower, and Meng Chen suburb. Okay. Stolen cars, huh? Abuse of emergency services. Wow, that's a new one. Once again, retiree Yang Hu complained to the police that a local restaurant is preparing its dishes incorrectly. They don't advertise their portions and mix up their ingredients. We've warned her a dozen times that this isn't a police matter, but she keeps calling and bothering our personnel. Well, we're sending Taylor and McStone to that. You're not getting any backup, guys. Sorry. You didn't need it. The guy offered the girl a quickie, and she merely slapped him across the face. We missed the assault, and a civilian was killed. It's fantastic. Abduction in the suburbs. A passerby noticed a suspicious black man sitting in a van next to a little white girl. I'm afraid to imagine what that monster has in store for that little angel. Fuck off. You racist little cunt. Right, we're gonna help Meng Chen because it's probably gonna be worth a lot of money to us. So, Beardsell, Quatch, Guy, and Trevor, get your arses out there. Abduction in the suburbs. We're gonna send Song, Charleston, and Krauser to that. Nothing there, by the way. We took in the little Chinese woman who raged at the Chinese restaurant for mixing up their portion sizes. Massive fight at St. John's Hospital. Some guy tried to sneak into the doctor's office without waiting his turn. A few people who were waiting in line decided to punish the bastard, and a fight started up. That's definitely a double Dream Team moment. Dream Team, Team Threesome, and the Paddy Wagon. Or as it's now going to be known, the Orgy Bus. Report from Meng Chen. Sir, Quatch suddenly turned into a self-righteous pussy, started whining, saying, "This is wrong, we're the police." He wasn't just fucking up the deal, he was going to arrest everybody. We had to shut him up. Well, you know, don't worry, it was all done quiet and smooth. Despite the trouble with our colleague, Mr. Cheng was very pleased. Did you guys kill Quatch? Did you guys kill Quatch? Well done. $40,000. Excuse me. Jack, some Hellraisers set fire to our warehouse, sending a couple police to control the situation while we recover our property. I got just the right guys. Adoptive father. How racist do you feel right now? Person who called that one in. There are men and women fighting along a narrow hallway, and they're starting to pick up chairs. Can I see the doctor for a second? I need to ask him something. Grab the loudest person in the crowd and arrest him. Lower the chairs! Let's lower the chairs. Put that chair down! Tony Baloney is actually Austrian. Mass riot. The audience at the premiere of The Rules of the Game was so outraged at the French film, they broke the chairs in the hall, and now they're threatening to set fire to the cinema. The perplexed theatre director locked himself in the office, and called to report the incident. I can't imagine why this film so angered them. Maybe it's a film literally about the rules of the game, and indeed, I just lost the game. We've got a few people to send to this. Let's just go for it. It's a mass riot. We're gonna get the Dream Team and Team Threesome back to answer this call. Smoke is rising from an apartment building, and residents are running out onto the street. Some are saying that suspicious foreigners live in the apartment the explosion came from. who better to send out than the best 6 officers we have on shift A? None of this self-righteous shit for Taylor and McStone, by the way. They're all for it. Mafia missions? Hell yeah. Count me in, boss. Team Ziegler. Ziegler A, shall we say, made it perfectly. The apartment is filled with smoke, and the walls covered in soot. In the centre of the room stands a man in a dirty white coat, and around him are scattered odd pieces of a complicated device. Seeing the police, the man begins to explain, incoherently, that he's almost finished work on his elixir of youth, and he just needs a little more time. Arrest the man, take him away to the police station. Oh yes, that sounds important. Do you need the help of the Freeburg police? Open the window. Let's open the window first of all. There we go. That went about as well as you can imagine. And it's, at last, been a good day for Stovall and Robbins. With 2 fails in the last 2 days, they're finally back on what could be classed as a little bit of form. So we lost Quatch because he was, and I directly quote, a self-righteous pussy.
Mr. Boyd, Kevin Paulson is here. He wants to talk.
Kevin Paulson. Tell him to fuck off. Jack Boyd, super cop.
Why the $500,000, Jack? Why?
Lana, what happened?
Does this sum have some kind of special meaning?
Lana, I don't know who told you about the $500,000, but it's much more complicated than you think.
Oh, it's complicated, all right. It took me an hour to go over all the documents. There's even a few pictures and a lot of answers. Except for one thing. Why $500,000?
What documents? How did you get them? What's in them?
I think you know very well what's in them, and the one who sent them is obviously a big fan of your criminal talents. He even has a cute name for you. Cupcake.
Remember when you told me how you're always surrounded by old men? I'm the opposite. I'm surrounded by children. 9-year-old boys. From their first day of work, they gather in the smoking lounge, telling jokes about what they'll do when they loot their first $1,000,000. But it's more than just innocent jokes. It's quickly becoming a reality. They themselves are surprised how quickly everything happens. They buy their own houses, they buy a car, they get promoted. The first $1,000,000 is soon followed by a second, a third, a fifth. Like children, they have no idea what they're getting into. But I'm not like them, Lana. I'm not like them.
You're saying you're not like them because you're only stealing $500,000?
I only meant
You know, Jack, I'm done worrying about people not taking me seriously. They'll know I mean business when my first act as public prosecutor is throwing the city's former police chief in prison.
Lana, you can't just read over some papers like this and... I told you not to let him in!
I'm sorry, Mr. Boyd. I tried to stop him, but you know...
Lana, we need to talk.
Oh shit.
Jack, you're so amazingly patient with people. After all the confusion over the past months, all the humiliations, it's really quite admirable. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. I gotta admit, I'm not nearly so patient.
Send someone in here, now!
I've been thinking, Jack. When I take your place, I'll have a lot of opportunities. For example, I could arrest you. You know it wouldn't be hard to find a reason. You obviously don't want that, right? I don't want that either. Given your reputation, arresting you would make me very unpopular. And if we both don't want that, let's find a way out. My suggestion is you retire tomorrow. And I promise I'll let you leave in peace. I swear, Jack, if you...
Mr. Boyd, there's a call on line 2. Mr. Boyd, you really have to take this call.
Boyd!
Jack, it's me.
Oh, my.
Laura!
Jack, I don't know what you wanted to say to me, but please, just say it. Jack, I'm hanging up the phone.
Laura, you... Oh my God, Laura. Hey, you remember years ago? So many years I've lost track, but do you remember when Dylan was down with the chicken pox and he couldn't sleep? We kept him occupied until he passed out, and then we went downstairs, sat on the floor, opened a bottle of wine. Who could blame us? Well, we sat on the floor and opened our bills and joked about how poor we were. Remember? And then I jokingly asked if I'd be your hero if I made $1 million. And you sat there lost in thought like you needed to seriously think about the answer. You were quiet for a while, and then you laughed and said that I'd be your hero even if I only made $500,000. Do you remember, Laura?
Right.
Jack,
Do you remember?
Honestly, Jack, no, I don't remember.
You don't remember, but that was...
Jack, you've been chasing me down for so long to talk with me. For this? That's all you wanted to tell me?
How can you not remember? It's important, Laura. It's important.
Goodbye, Jack.
I think the headline in tomorrow's paper is going to be Police
Boyd,
Chief
are you
commits
alright?
suicide. Just gonna...
Mr. Boyd?
Right. So we didn't miss much there, just a few frames of... Right, okay. Dr. Boyd. We have one player mode or single player mode. Oh, it's basically Tetris. Or, oh no, I suppose more... It's more like columns, okay. We need to make 4s, yeah. Oh, diagonals don't work, okay. Did not mean that. Yeah, so it's 4s and they have to be vertical / horizontal, I presume. Right. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Day 154. Are you fucking serious?
Yes, you caught me again. And again, I promise this is the last time. And now you say again that I've said it all before, but I'm...
Jack Boyd is awake.
Jack Boyd? He opened his eyes? He can talk?
Talking? Yes. More like yelling, trying to escape from his room, brawling with the nurses.
Good heavens. He's a tough son of a bitch.
Jack! Lord, were you already discharged from the hospital? I thought you might be down a couple of days, or even...
Emma, get me the mayor. Emma, please call the mayor of Freeburg, Stuart Rogers.
"3114. Connect. It's urgent."
This is Jack Boyd.
Jack, you got to take better care of yourself. How's your...
I'm Freeburg's police chief. I came to work. Stop trying to get in my way.
Someone causing you trouble? We just wanted to make sure somebody was holding down the fort while you were recovering. But don't worry about a thing. I'll take care of everything tomorrow morning. You won't be running into Paulson again.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. I'm glad we understand each other. Tell Martin Stett to call me.
What? You don't know? Lieutenant Stett went missing about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So, I refuse to believe a newspaper would have a spelling error on its front page. Fuck you, game. You're annoying me. Right, so that'll be the end of... Well, no, will it be the end of this episode? No, this is an even day. Okay. Snowfall paralyzes downtown traffic. Elementary school breaks! What the fuck? It's only computer. Dinosaur skull found in city dump. I wonder if Robespierre has anything to say. No, he fucking doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Oh.
Fuck my life.
Oh, I love it.
I suppose Freeburg's mayoral election is just a play with a predictable ending. But I'll take my place on the stage, if only to show them that the people will find a way to support those who want change, even in a city where everything is controlled by a corrupt mayor. The crooks can falsify the voting results, they can arrest us and beat us, but they cannot silence us. And today, for the first time in many years, we have a chance to make them fear us.
While acknowledging that he himself is the mysterious Robespierre, Eugene Chaffee has also promised that he will accept any punishment for the crimes committed by him and his supporters for minor offenses and street hooliganism. But, in his words, not before the city authorities are held responsible for the dead in our streets and the millions they've stolen. Eugene Chaffee went on to say that this is the worst time in the
Kubilius didn't come into work today. Olejo didn't come into work today. Alejandro didn't come into work today. Oshiro didn't come into work today. Mo is too tired and can hardly walk straight. What the fuck has happened here? Fucking hell. No, we need someone. service is up to 830. Jesus Christ, right. Jesus, guys. No. What the fuck has happened here? I can't even explain my idea for doing that. With CDs now. Oh my. So we have 8 cops, all of whom are tired. Today marks the beginning of a great political struggle here in Freeburg. The people, including the cops, will have to decide who to support. Some will remain loyal to Rogers, but Robespierre already has a following of his own. Don't expect officers from both camps to work effectively together if you send them out on an assignment. Unfortunately, we can't ask our employees outright about their political views, but maybe there's another way to get this information. That might be required. That new slot. My Wiggles is back! Higher! Automatically! Right. Sebastian Shevchenko. Higher as well. Maximilian Austin. Samuel Kane. We're gonna hire Cynthia Ames. Detective as well. We might even take Anna Sandstrom if we get a detective slot here. We do. We now earn 4,000 a week. The music is incredibly different now. Full set of requests to City Hall again. Destruction of property. Everyday mall. A teenager walked into a furniture store and started complaining to the clerk there were too many mirrors on the furniture. He was behaving very inappropriately, insisted on arguing, and finally lost his temper entirely. He pushed a woman over and started pounding on all the mirrors with his bare hands, screaming, "How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?" Fishbach, Everts, Sanu. God. What the fuck have they done to our police force? Suspicious individual, City Mall. Everyday Mall. Mrs. Anderson called in to complain about a suspicious man. He squeezed in beside me next to the yogurt and started acting very strangely. I pushed him away, ran to the cashier and demanded the phone. Come arrest this scoundrel immediately. Flores and Gorshkov. We're down to 8 officers for the shift. I know I've said this already, but it's actually just hit me. We have 8 officers. Report on the destruction of property. Reckless endangerment, beach. A drunk man decided to take his young son on a boat ride, but he's having difficulty keeping on his feet. He's going to kill the boy! According to a fearful eyewitness. Pondana, Robbins and White. You know what's gonna suck? Oh, fuck you, City Hall. Recent crime has the press talking, and all we can point to is a lot of crappy police work. Send one of your men to talk to the journalist. Tell them the rank and file officers assure the people of Freeburg there's no need to worry. Nope. We don't have anyone. Because they've all been run into the fucking ground. Suspicious man was philosophy professor Mr. Zambezi, who'd forgotten his glasses. He was trying to make out the price tags on the yogurt. Well, I did promise this episode would be longer. It's now about 31 minutes. A frightened boy is sitting in a boat while his father unties it from the dock. Grab the rope. Drop your anchor, sir. Jump into the boat. Grab the rope. Man grabs the paddle and starts swinging it at the police, shouting. Joe him with a nightstick. Jump into the water. Shoot the man with a taser! Well, a tired Pongdana is still enough to solve crimes. Hit and run at the high school. A truck with no license plates ran over an elderly man who was running across the road in the wrong place. The driver pulled back, stopped for a second, then sped away at full speed. I am so very worried we don't make it through the day here. Like, I'm properly on edge. We've lost another 50 days. Vandalism in the suburbs. When she came home from work, Peggy Smith startled some hooded teenagers who were painting graffiti on the wall of her house. I tried to grab him by the scruff of the neck, but he squirmed away from me and ran, the little bastard. Flores? Near the main entrance to the building, there's an old man in stinking rags, sitting and playing the accordion, singing a strange song. Let pedestrians run clumsily across the puddles and let water flow like a river down the pavement. Security at the skyscraper said, we're not going to touch this guy with a 10-foot stick. Gorshkov, get out there. Report on the hit and run. That all went well. So far we haven't actually dropped a case today, which is amazing within itself. There may be a brief pause here. Indeed there was. I was just checking the recording. So, reports on the disorderly conduct. All fine. And the vandalism. All fine. Reckless endangerment at the zoo. A zoo employee had a fight with a boyfriend and hit him on the head with a bowl. He was stunned for a while, and when he came to, he discovered the angry girl had locked him in a cage with a bear. We gotta get the big guns on this one. It does leave Everts and Sanu. Wow. Jack had just received a large supply of tobacco, the keystone of my business, but now the porters have decided to go on strike. They're demanding a wage increase, but I won't bow to dirty blackmail. Please send me some of your stronger men to help move the boxes. We're old school friends, and you know I always repay my debts. And I'll reward your men well, have no doubt. You're asking me for 6 people. That is 3/4 of my staff force of the day.
Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here.
Okay, this is the reckless endangerment at the zoo. She's pounding a bowl on the bars of the cage, shouting, Mishka, wake up and eat the bastard. Try to squeeze through the bars of the cage. Miss, open the cage immediately. Arrest the woman. Open the cage. She spots the police and swallows the key to the cage. The bear is standing on its hind legs, approaching the guy. Try to calm the bear down. Shoot the bear. Use the taser! We're not having a Harambe moment and shooting the bear, but we are going to tase it. Right. It's gonna get to about midnight when this call expires. Oh, there's a massive fight at the soccer stadium. The manager of the stadium reports the football match has ended with a clash between the fans. The winners were taunting their rivals, and the losers didn't take it well. They started tearing up the arena, and a small riot has erupted. About 30 people are involved. It's the first time I've ever sent everyone out to one thing. Jack, your overall state of health is very worrying. You need to cut down your hours as soon as possible. Maybe days from now on are going to end at like 7 o'clock or something instead of 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, the end of the day is technically 2 o'clock, but... Report on child molestation. Probably have enough frames for that, but... This episode is long enough as it is, so... Report on the massive fight. It's gone well. So we are currently $91,092 short of our goal. We have a very, very tired Shift B. And a slightly less tired Shift A. It must be said. Guys, where the fuck is Stovall? Right, everything else you have done up to this point is one thing. If you have gotten rid of Arn fucking Stovall, I swear this game is fucking dead to me. Are you fucking serious? Guys, I'll see you next time. Oh, fuck me. I can't even end the episode well. I'm absolutely furious.